Welcome to the Lesson Plan Generator in the Language Teaching edition of TeacherMatic. This tool is designed to help educators create structured, CEFR-aligned lesson plans quickly and efficiently. Whether you're preparing for beginners or advanced learners, this generator saves time while ensuring a well-structured approach to lesson planning. Before we begin, let's quickly go over how to find the lesson plan generator. There are two ways to access it. Browsing manually, click on all generators in the navigation pane on the left. Scroll through the list to find the lesson plan generator. Or, of course, using the search bar. Type lesson plan into the search bar at the top of the page. Click on the generator when it appears in the results. Once you've found the lesson plan generator, simply click on the Use button to open it and start creating your lesson plan. Now that we've launched the generator, let's go through each section step by step. First, let's define the key details of our lesson. Lesson topic. Enter the focus of your lesson. In this case, we're ordering food and drinks at a restaurant. Lesson aims. Define the overall goals of the lesson. Here, our aims are to introduce key vocabulary and phrases for ordering food and drinks, to practice listening and speaking through role play. Learning objectives. Specify measurable learning outcomes. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to recognize common food and drink vocabulary. Use basic phrases to order politely in a restaurant. Select educational sector. Choose the relevant teaching sector. In this case, we select adult education. Lesson duration. Define how long the lesson will last. We'll set this lesson to 60 minutes. Now let's refine the lesson plan by selecting a teaching approach that best suits our learners. Pedagogical model. Choose a teaching methodology that aligns with your approach. We'll select communicative language teaching, CLT, which focuses on real-world interaction and practical language use, ideal for restaurant conversations. Next, we need to define the language level of our learners and the skills they will focus on. First, let's select the CEFR level. The CEFR, or Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, is used to measure language proficiency levels. For this lesson, we'll set the level at A1, beginner level, which is ideal for learners who are just starting to build their basic communication skills. Now let's choose the key language skills for this lesson. We'll focus on listening and speaking, since students will be engaging in restaurant conversations where they need to listen for key information and respond appropriately. We can even go further by selecting sub-skills within each area. For listening, we'll select global understanding, meaning students will practice grasping the overall meaning of what they hear rather than focusing on every single word. For speaking, we'll choose fluency and spontaneity, helping students to respond naturally and confidently in conversation. Now that we've set the CEFR level and skills, let's move on to defining our learner profile. Now let's customize the lesson plan to match the students we're teaching. First, we'll describe the learner profile. This helps tailor the lesson to the specific group of students you'll be teaching. In this case, we're working with a mixed nationality group of adult learners, meaning they may have different first languages and varying levels of exposure to English. Next, we'll identify any learning needs. If the students require additional support, you can select their specific learning needs here. For this lesson, we'll select dyslexia to ensure that the generated lesson plan takes accessibility into account, providing strategies such as using clear fonts, structured activities, and step-by-step instructions. With the learner profile set, we can move on to adding supporting materials, which is an optional step. If you want to enhance your lesson with additional resources, you can do so here in the Supporting Materials section. The Supporting Materials section allows you to include extra content to reinforce learning. Upload a file, attach relevant PDFs, worksheets, or other documents that supplement the lesson. Paste supporting text or a transcript, insert additional text or lesson notes. Use a website. Link to an external online resource that supports the lesson topic. While this step is optional, adding extra materials can help make lessons more engaging and provide additional support for learners. Now that everything is set up, let's move on to generating the lesson plan. Now that we've completed all the fields, let's generate our lesson plan. Click Generate, and in seconds, TeacherMatic will create a structured plan based on your inputs. This includes lesson objectives, activities, and key strategies, all tailored to your CEFR level and teaching approach. If you want to make changes, you have two options. Refine, tweak specific parts of the lesson plan using AI without starting over. Regenerate, generate an entirely new lesson plan from scratch if you want a fresh version. Once you're happy with the lesson plan, you can save or export it. Save it in the saved results for easy access later. And exporting, you can export in multiple formats: PDF, print or share as a read-only document, Microsoft Word, edit and customize, Google Drive, save it to your Google account, Moodle document, use in Moodle learning management systems, and Google Classroom, share directly with students. That's it. You now have a complete structured lesson plan ready to use. With TeacherMatic, you can refine, regenerate, and export your lesson in just a few clicks. Try it out and see how it makes lesson planning easier and faster. Thank you.